Hello and welcome to Aslan Live. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the Barış Alper situation and the Kayseri game. So let's just begin. First of all, I just want to take this up that it is a big thing in Turkish media right now, where they are talking about that our Turkish players are earning so much less than our foreigner players like Osimhen, Icardi, Sané, and Volkan Demirel said this yesterday. If a player is valued at 60 million euros, that player's salary should be at least 10% of the transfer fee. While Tümer Metin is following up by saying this is an unwritten rule, my salary is determined by my transfer fee. And this is one of the most stupid things I ever heard. And I don't think that they would have said the same if it had been about, for example, Fenerbahce or Besiktas. But they try to drag us down on everything right now because we are the biggest club in Turkey. It is no lie. For example, when Manchester United under Ferguson was at the top level, everybody hated them. It's the same right now, but they're coming up with this bullshit that I'm not accepting. And for example, Yusuf Akçiçek, Fenerbahce's young center back, are now linked to Inter and other big teams. Should Fenerbahce say yes to 5 million euros if he's earning 500,000 euros per year? It's just so they don't think far enough because this can happen to them. Volkan Demirel is a coach. I don't know how he's a coach. You know, when you're showing that side, for example, Arda Turan, yes, he always says that he's a Galatasaray, but he never come up with these propaganda things or are being that snake, you know? He's just saying that he's a Galatasaray and yeah, it's my team. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that Volkan Demirel's team is Fenerbahce, but he's trying to be like the objective guy, you know? And this is just so stupid. Joao Felix, when he was in Benfica, should Benfica just accept his fee? That his salary was 10% of that. I don't know what his salary was at that time, but surely it was not 12.5 million euros because they got 125 million euros for him. So coming up with this right now and just trying to drag our team, our players, you know, down, it's just I don't think it's acceptable, and they should know better also because they have been in the football game. Um, this will fire back at them. For example, Volkan Demirel, you are a coach. This will fire back at you at one point. Don't come with these things. It doesn't make sense at all. Because it's not black and white everything. If they coming in the last 10 days, it's from Saudi Arabia, it's the Champions League quote, it's the Turkish League quote, everything. If you're, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, and it's not only them who are talking about it right now. It's so many in the Turkish media. It's just, and we all know how Turkish media is working. I just wanted to talk a bit about this. And again, Tugay, I'm not trying. He's a legend in Galatasaray, but talk up a bit. Don't say a yes to everything when you're sitting there, because this is just it's nonsense. And Barış Alper wasn't training today, as we know. He did not join the Kayseri game, and it started with our trainings today. And Okan Hoca yesterday, you know, said that everybody's making mistakes. We should support Barış Alper, and we don't want to sell him. We are not going to sell him. You know, he's saying all these political right things, Okan Hoca, and it's totally correct, you know. But we just have to wait and see. I don't know what the plan is right now, but this is it for now, and I think Okan Hoca need to say this even if they are planning to sell him right now, because you can't say no, he's not worth anything anymore. He's not our player anymore. Then his fee will go just straight down. If you're asking me personally, I'm hugely disappointed with Barış Alper. Um, I really thought that he had bigger ambitions than Saudi Arabia. I thought that he had big ambitions, but I was totally wrong. And I can understand that he wants the money, But at the same time, it's World Cup next season, it's Champions League this season, and it's not just any year Champions League with Galatasaray. We are building a really big team. We are building a team where Sané and Osimhen is dying for playing for this team. So yes, if you want more money, Barış Alper, okay, but not showing up on trainings, I think that's so. First of all, the team around you. Let's look at that. Your agent Tuncay Maldan is running around on TVs in Turkey. For example, Beyaz TV. Are you kidding with me? It's one of the most unserious football programs in Turkey. Yes, it is big, but they are talking about everything, but not football. Yet you're joining them on a phone call. And they're asking because you're denying that you have agreed with Neom and you guys don't know the salary of Neom, and Neom has not done anything wrong. They're trying to defend Neom because they want to join Neom. Where the question is, Barış Alper doesn't know how much he will earn from Neom. How is his motivation being affected? Where his agent Tuncay Maldan is answering, I've come to a place where I'm not available right now. I have to hang up. So, Barış Alper, that you are with him, maybe he's your close friend from you were little, or he was with you from the start of your career. I don't know. Maybe he's, means a lot to you, but this guy should never enter Galatasaray's doors again, Tuncay Maldan. And we all know that he's Fenerli. Okay, that's if he had been professional, that would have been something else. But this guy is not professional. He's destroying it for Barış Alper. This, this has been a disaster for Barış Alper and his agent. And then you're ending up on Beyaz TV. But then it makes sense, how amateur they are doing these things when you're joining Beyaz TV. Yeah, Barış Alper, this was not what I expected from you, but when you see the team you have around you, it probably makes sense. But yeah, let's go into the Kayseri game. I rewatched the game, and you always see some other perspective from the games, and I thought that if Lemina was not going to start, I thought that Kaan Ayhan was going to play. But in retro perspective, I think this was the correct 11 because Kayseri was really low. And then it's good to have a player like Gabriel Sara, who is more like a playmaker type, who can find, for example, Yunus behind the midfield, behind Kayseri's midfielders in the final third. So Eren started as a left wing, while Jacobs started as a left back. And when I first saw the 11, I think that most of us thought that Jacobs was going to be a winger, while Eren was going to be a left back. But I think from after the Lazio game in the friendlies, I even said this, that it would be really hard to play with two fullbacks at the same side, because when you're trying to build up attack, especially when Jakobs played as a left winger against Lazio, it was a much tougher game. We really struggled on that side to keep the ball when he got this ball in his feet. Of course, behind the defense, he's exceptional. But to get him when he has a defender behind his back, that is not Jacob's strength at all. So I think Jacobs is better defensively than Eren, and Eren is better offensively. So it makes sense, And Eren scored 2 goals and played really, Eren has been fantastic since he came to us. So um, and he scored 2 goals. He has 3 goals right now, and he's our top scorer with Barış Alper. And also, I think it was not the best game we played, because I think we gave away too many easy passes away. It was many counters that we gave away. It was a bit sloppy. In Champions League, we would have got punished straight away. For example, when Torreira missed the ball one time, Sara tried to pass it behind behind the midfielders, the Kayseri midfielders, and just they just read it easily and countered on us. Davinson Sanchez had a pass. It was many players. But again, our team is so strong that those small details doesn't matter in Turkey. And Kayseri is it's a tough team away. I think it, at least. That's what I'm grown up with. But it's a bit different right now, and it's finally it was good to see Yunus as a 10, because as I remember, he played like a 10 in the 22-23 season 2 years ago. For example, against Kasımpaşa, I remember, where Zaniolo scored his first goal, if I'm not totally wrong. I think Yunus started as an attacking midfielder, and he struggled a lot because it's much more different to play as a winger and coming in the final third, while playing as a attacking midfielder like Mertens, where you always have a center back behind you, where you always have a central midfielder in front of you. But Yunus mastered it with class, and I think he was our best player. I think he played fantastic. I think Sané played really good, and I also think that Davinson Sanchez was extremely good against Cardoso, their strikers. But the 1-0 goal where Eren scored, Yunus' fantastic dribbling where he played to Leroy Sané. But one detail there is that Osimhen, the run he's making, he's taking with him both of the center backs, and they're falling like 5-10 meters and making so much space for Yunus Akgün. So Osimhen, to have a natural striker. Again, I don't want to say anything about Barış Alper because he has done really well for us when he has played the 2 first games. But against Karagümrük, he was a bit on the wide. He went a bit too wide. We missed the striker. Yunus needed to be like a striker sometimes, and Osimhen and Icardi always have 2 players around them because they are so dangerous and they are positioning them so correct. This is something Barış Alper also will learn. I'm not saying that, but to be a striker, just to be in the box, just be around the center backs, especially when you're Osimhen or Icardi, the center backs will always follow you, whatever you are doing. And Yunus Akgün played a fantastic game, but I'm a bit disappointed with Kayseri also. I'm not, they always gave him 10 meters with space. No one in their defensive line went out to take him out. They let them just get 10 meters with room. And they gave all of our attackers so much space with when they met and got the ball in their feet. They did not have offensive marking at all. And I can also understand it in one part, because when you have Osimhen, Sané, Eren Elmalı, Yunus Akgün, Yunus Akgün is also really fast. It's 4 extreme fast players. But you also have our fullbacks with Salah and Jakobs, who are also really fast and always want to attack. So, but again, they let us got so much space. So, for example, the second goal where Leroy Sané is crossing into Eren. It was a bit sloppy by Kayseri, nice by Leroy Sané, nice by Eren Elmalu. It's not so much to say about that goal. I think it was a good cross and a good run by Eren Elmalu. Again, Osimhen in the box there. It's always dangerous. He's making space for other players, when he is in the box. Also Icardi. But the third goal, I think was really, the third goal where Osimhen is scoring. Again, Osimhen gets it on his chest from a throw-in, if I'm not totally wrong. They're just letting me, take the ball in his chest and then play inside to Icardi. Icardi doing his fantastic job there to play it to Zaniolo. And Osimhen's pace, what? Look at that goal again, the 3-0 goal. Just look how fast he is. He's extremely fast. Osimhen, he's probably one of the fastest player in the world. I can't. Just look at that goal again, because when Zaniolo got the ball, the speed Osimhen got there is just incredible. But yeah, Kayseri was really afraid behind the space behind the defense, so they let us get so much space. So also I just want to talk about Leroy Sané also. I think he's becoming better and better. I always said this, Leroy Sané is a combination player. In the final third, to play that true ball, he's not the best in the world at that. And that's acceptable, but look at this 1-2 passes. It's just incredible to watch. And I think that, just from the Karagümrük game and this game, you see a huge difference from how him and his teammates are connecting. Because Leroy Sané doesn't give a F if he's playing it to Torreira or Sara with two mans behind their backs. Because he's used to play with, Kimmich, the Manchester City players, the Bayern München players, that when he's playing into their feet, they are not losing it, So it's a bit for Torreira and Sara, they are not used to it. But now it seems like they know that when Sané gets the ball and Sané sees them, they are going to get the ball if they have two men behind their back or three men behind their back. So they are a bit more aware now, I think. It looked like that. Not only them, the fullbacks, the strikers, everybody's, when Leroy Sané got the ball, they know that they can get the ball in any second. And I think Leroy Sané played fantastic game, man. He's so good with the ball, and his runs are just incredible. For example, on the first goal where Yunus is playing him, he is so good to be patient in his movement. I've seen this time after time, Leroy Sané, that he's so good to just wait and wait and wait and have the space in front of him. So he's a smart player. He's a really good player. I think with time it would just be better and better. So Leroy Sané, his 1-2 passes was just incredible. His pace are incredible. His movements are just so good. And I think it's going to just be better and better. And just make this guy feel like home, Leroy Sané. I don't think he has got his full potential out in Bayern München or in Manchester City. It's the same with Yunus Akgün. I still think he has, I think still has he can go up one more level, Yunus Akgün. His talent is incredible. He's so good with the ball. He has a really smart football brain. Yunus Akgün is also extremely fast. He got everything. He can be a perfect number 10. But to play as a number 10 is really difficult. Because as I said, you always have a center back behind your back, but you also always have a holding midfielder or a central midfielder in front of you. But you saw Yunus Akgün and Leroy Sané often switched between them, where Leroy Sané went inside and then Yunus went wide. So they really played well together, both of them. And just one thing about Osimhen and Yunus Akgün. I think that, first of all, their reactions from... We should not exaggerate this too much, I think. But he should be a bit more careful, Osimhen. But I just want to say this. Osimhen is not Osimhen with his emotions, with his willing to win, willing to score, willing to play good. If you are trying to take control over Osimhen, you won't get Osimhen. But he needs to, maybe be a bit more careful. But at overall, you should not take that away from Osimhen either. That he wanting this so bad. He's playing with his whole heart. It's maybe wrong. And I'm not trying to defend Osimhen either. But you can't take that away from him either. But he can be a bit more careful, of course. And also, I just want to say, Yunus Akgün. It's easy for me to sit here and say, like, Yunus Akgün do this when he's screaming, do that when he's screaming. But Turkish players and Turkish people are really emotional. I'm really emotional. I'm Turkish. He just need to be a bit more, don't care about it. It sounds so easy, but he should just let it go. He can't accept everything, Okan Hoca and Yunus Akgün and Osimhen is probably going to talk with each other. They talked with each other after the game, where they talk tactics and Osimhen and Yunus Akgün. But Yunus Akgün should also be strong mentally. Like, don't show too much emotions when he's screaming or doing anything like that. Of course, it's not acceptable to scream at someone, but again, it's a bit tough situation, but this is going to be figured out. It's no problem at all, beIN Sport tried to make that drama about it, so yeah, I don't think it's a huge problem, but... And it's rumors that we are really close to Singo right now. I will watch him closely. I will try to make an analyze video of that if we are going to sign him. I will start to watch his games right now because it's really strongly rumors that we are going to get him. And the propaganda that where is Galatasaray getting the money from, blah 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 blah. Just look at our capital increase contra Fenerbahce or Besiktas, and look at our revenue, and look at their revenue. Look at a team that has not won the league in over 10 years, and they are paying more salaries than our team, let's say in the last 10 years, and more transfer fees. It just doesn't make sense, I won't even talk about Besiktas. So let's just see. And if you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.